Get ready for Buzz TV Adventure, exploring and discovering exciting destinations. I'm Jeff Vogel. Welcome to Adventure on Buzz TV. We are indeed having a great adventure, visiting for my first time the Homeless Family Center here on 4th Street in Vero Beach, and so happy to be talking with Mary Ellen McGuire. How are you today?
Very well, and how are you today?
I am fantastic. A lot of good things happen here, don't they?
Oh, a lot of great things have happened here, and they've been happening here for the last 25 years.
25! Whoa!
25 years. You know, the Homeless Family Center is really a grassroots operations. That's how we started. There were community leaders who saw a need to help the homeless. And they actually literally started by just giving blankets and food out from the trunk of their car. And they got together and said, you know, we need to do better than this. And then it grew. And here we are 25 years later. We have a roof to put people under, and we have currently 21 families who live here. And usually we have about 60 children and 20-something adults.
What I like most of all is when I turned around the corner and I walked up to the administrative offices here, the first thing I saw was this fantastic welcome banner that's blowing in the wind right now because we are battling a threatening thunderstorm right now. But the fact that these families have a roof over their head means everything to them, doesn't it?
It does. And I think what we see here at the Homeless Family Center is on average we get about 5 to 7 phone calls a day. Wow. Looking for help. And when and homeless families is really a different kind of struggle because things can spiral very quickly out of control for a family, right? So if your car breaks down and your rent is due at the same time, and you got to pay $600 to get your car fixed, and that's your rent money, quickly things can change. Do I get my car fixed and go to work every day, or do I pay my rent? And once that cycle begins, for many homeless families, it really is a life circumstance that can keep a roof over your head to coming and knocking on our door. And we welcome everyone. So it's very important for people to feel that they have a place to go.
You're going to give us a tour of the facility?
I am.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. We're back with VeroBuzzTV.com's adventure here at the Homeless Family Center on 4th Street. Playground is in back of us. The raindrops are falling. Let's you and I just walk forward toward the camera.
Sounds right. We'll get under the the cover.
Yeah, a little bit under the cover, and under the cover is what folks here are enjoying because they have a place to live.
That's right. It's a roof. It keeps people safe.
How do people become homeless? How do families become homeless?
Like I said earlier.
How many people are in a family? I have so many questions for you. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad, and keep asking. Their families range from maybe a mom and dad and an infant to mom and a couple of kids, or we have single fathers as well with their children. So a family may look like a family. That's what they look like, you know. And like I said earlier, they are homeless for really life circumstances. It is a slippery slope.
Believe me, I personally believe that every single one of us is at any given moment this close from disaster.
You know, when I walk through the center, and I have a daily reminder, and it is, and I see it as a gift, this reminder, but I walk through the center and I think, there for the grace of God go I. And for many of the families here, this is a foundation that they can really start a journey of change for their life. And the Homeless Family Center works with many other agencies to help make that change happen. But every single person who comes in, they have to walk that journey. Yeah. we're here to support that.
In the background is a playground area, currently overcast by these dark, threatening clouds. But usually this playground is full, isn't it?
Right, and it's because it's the time of day and it's going to storm. But yes, we have 60 children who live here, like I said earlier, and we have such a small place. And most times when people come to visit, and we have a Wednesday open walk tour, so you can come without a reservation, and we're going to tour the center, and you can see what we do. And every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, when that happens, I hear so much. I had no idea that you did all of this.
Well, you are so neatly tucked away. You're right on 4th Street, but people must drive by day and night, and they don't know that you're here doing all the good work you're doing.
Absolutely. There's a lot of time, like I said, I hear very, very often that they know we're here, but they had no idea how much we do.
Yeah. All right. I think the storm is really just about on top of us. I can almost feel that lightning charge as we speak.
Let's get some shelter at the Homeless Family Center. What'd you say?
Let's do that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Mary Ellen and I are now in the child development room. Is that close?
That's absolutely perfect. Right on. Congratulations. That was good.
And for anyone who just flipped us on there, we are at the Family Homeless Center on 4th Street, where you can come and take a tour on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Every Wednesday you do that?
Every Wednesday, the door is open. We have an open house. Come in, get to talk to people, see what we do. Transparency to the community. We want to show them. The door's always open.
You do a lot of fundraising and community events, and we're going to talk about that later. But right now, why do you set aside a room for little kids?
You know, everybody thinks of homelessness and the importance of that, and it is. That roof is very, very important, right? But in that house, with that roof, is the floor. And if you're living in a car, there is no floor. So when your small children are learning how to crawl or learning how to turn over, there's nowhere in that car that's going to happen.
Or learning spatial relationships between objects.
That was really much too technical for me. But that's why the floor becomes so important, right? So when an infant doesn't have that, they can't lift their head at the right time. They're not going to hold a spoon at the right time. And when they learn to walk, they usually walk by grasping onto a furniture and lifting themselves up. Homeless children don't have that opportunity.
And we're talking about very young children, right?
Right.
On toddlers, on
0 to 4. So if you are missing those early milestone developments, as soon you're not even ready for childcare for preschool or school, it just packs the bag that you're carrying just heavy.
Physical development and emotional development and learning in general, they're all tied together. You can't separate one from the other.
You cannot separate it out. So here at Homeless Family Center, we do an assessment using a curriculum called Ages and Stages. And in that curriculum, we do an assessment, and we work with the parents to help teach them how to stimulate their child's growth. And we're excited about that because that's a bit, stepping off on the right foot's a big start.
Well, for these young kids, this is taking a look at this floor. It's a fun floor for them to play and grow on, isn't it?
It is. It really is an engaging room. So this is where that magic happens.
Fun for them, but serious for you.
It's serious work that gets done, and it's I love it. Because I know that we're helping kids, smaller kids, starting to get off on the right foot, get them off the right. But I love it even more because we're working with the parents to help engage with their children. Right? That's an important piece of
it. Hopefully you may not ever see some of these kids ever again, but you will never know how important what you do will be to their lives.
Absolutely. I think, I hope that, I see them as teachers and leaders of our community, and that's what we're investing in. We're investing in hope for the future for all of our children.
We are at the Family Homeless Center on 4th Street in Vero Beach. When we come back, we're going to talk about how you can get involved. See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m. I've been told that I've been saying the name of this excellent place wrong. It is the Homeless Family Center on 4th Street in Vero Beach. Mary Ellen McGuire is the executive director, and we are in what room right now?
This is our recreation area. This is where families and kids come to maybe do homework. Maybe they're going to watch a movie, play a game.
Ping pong?
Ping pong. We have ping pong tournaments.
Excellent. I would love to be in one of those tournaments.
We have fun.
I grew up playing ping pong. I know it's a good sport.
It's a lot of fun.
Hey, somebody's got to pay for all this. How do you do that?
You know, we are very fortunate and to have really a great support in the community. But it costs a lot of money to continue to do the operations that we do. We're growing our programs. We're serving more people, not just who live here, but when they leave here, we continue to serve them. So we have to strategically really plan our fundraising. So we have 3 major fundraising events. We have, in November, will be an annual dinner. Then we have a Top Chef event, which is like phenomenal. And that's 2 different events. And then what we do is have a spring luncheon. But in between, those are our big money making fundraisers. But in between that, we have to do awareness events, right? We have to talk about our thrift store, and because the thrift store is a training place and it helps generate money. So when people donate to our thrift store, we're able to train people and then sell those items, and that support comes back. We have Hunger Homeless Awareness Week. That we work with other agencies and we bring awareness to the homelessness issue. And so we do a lot. And we're at Downtown Friday, you know, all the time in Vero Beach, handing out cards on how people can volunteer, how they can donate to the thrift store, how they can get involved, and how they can donate financially to HFC.
This is a wonderful place for people. You have laundry facilities. You have all kinds of amenities. We're not going to go in the kitchen area right now because it's almost mealtime, and there are so many people there right now that it's a bit crowded, but it's a great place for people to gather, isn't it?
It is. And our tables are round like this. And you know, growing up as a kid, my mother taught me more around that dining room table about how to sit, how to eat, and we were able to talk. So we have round tables so families can sit together and have their dinner, and parents can teach their children table manners and just bond. Another opportunity to bond together.
It's a great place for people, not just families, but friends, to all learn how to communicate with each other, isn't it?
You know, and it's great to make support, right? So people come in here feeling very much alone, and while they're here, they build relationships that will help support them when they leave.
And friendships that will last a lifetime, I'm sure.
I'm sure. You know, there's a lot of good people here, you know, that happen. Something happened in their life.
Speaking of good people, you need volunteers also, yes?
We always need volunteers, right? I talked a lot about our thrift store, and we love our volunteers because we couldn't do it. But our program here works. The adult program is a wheel that's going, and at the same time we have the children's program going. And if we don't have our volunteers, all hands on deck, we could never make that bus keep going on and on.
So someone who wants to volunteer, how do they get in touch with you? I suggest the first thing you do is come here on a Wednesday at 4 o'clock and take the tour.
Oh my goodness, you're good. That's exactly the best place to start because you get a feel for it. You get to meet the people. I would say that is absolutely the best place to start.
We have one more stop on our tour of the, and let me get this correct, the Homeless Family Center on 4th Street in Vero Beach. One more stop. Where's it going to be?
We're going to go outside. Oh, it's a surprise.
Join Marsha Littlejohn nightly at 5 and 9 on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
Welcome back to our adventure at the Homeless Family Center on 4th Street in Vero Beach. Mary Ellen McGuire is the executive director. What goes on in this room? This is nice.
Spectacular, right? This is just spectacular. In here is the brain stimulation room. This is where we host. We have a partnership, and I'm so very grateful for it, with Indian River State College. And we're able to host college classes here. And we do an entrepreneur business class, and professors come in and teach it here. We have landscape management classes here. It's a very exciting place. I just can't be more grateful to Indian River State College to coming out into the field, and we're able to open these doors so that anyone who is homeless can come to here. So it's not just our residents, it's people in the community as well who come here.
You have a whole lot of computer stations in this room. Do you know how many?
There's over 24. And the professor stays up there and doing their thing, and it was a trick to get the audio visual stuff working, but it all works. And any given day, there'll be people in here using the computers to do their homework, people from the community as well, doing their homework. Career Source is another partner for us, and we love them. They come in and help with resumes and give that extra individual training. So this room becomes, especially in the evening, a very busy place. Yeah. One of the partners, a great partner that we have, is Harvest Food and Outreach. So they offer similar stuff, right? They're offering classes and doing things. They do it during the day, but the college classes and the other things that we do, vocational training, we do at night. So in our partnership with Harvest Outreach, we're able to send people there during the day, and they send people here at night. And that partnership just gives a greater access to people who need it, and we're able to serve more.
We are in the Room of Knowledge.
Yes.
What is the official name for this module unit?
This is the Employment and Educational Training Center.
So we are going to put Mary Ellen McGuire to the test. First of all, do you have a website?
We do. It's homelessfamilycenter.com.
homelessfamilycenter.com. Do you have a Facebook page?
We do, and please like us. We give out very, very daily information on what's going on and how people can help and how people can volunteer.
Do you have a telephone?
Oh, we do.
Do you know the phone number? I know the phone number. It's 772-567-5537. That's 567-5537. Have we left anything out?
I don't think so, Jeff. You've been wonderful. Very gracious, and thank you.
To be honest with you, you have been wonderful, your entire staff and all of your volunteers. And I think the families have been pretty wonderful too.
I think so. Thank you so much for that compliment.
Thank you for inviting us today, and I invite you to stop by the Homeless Family Center on 4th Street in Vero Beach and take a tour Wednesdays at 4.